So he has 86 yards rushing, 5 touchdown passes. From the running part of it, which really forces a lot of things. Listen, he is proving to everybody that he can pass the ball. But it reminds me, again, it's not the option like the military services that we used to play against when we were at Notre Dame. But the thought process is the same, is you work on it in practice, right? You have the show team showing us what Army, Navy, Air Force does. And they do it, and we stop them because we have guys who never run the option running the option. And then you get into the game, and you're like, oh, my God.
Yeah, they're better at this.
This is nothing like what I just went through in practice. Now, I mean, magnify that to these are the greatest football players in the world, some of the best athletes in the world. And if your show team had a person like Lamar Jackson, that person would be your starting quarterback. So you get to the game, and then all of a sudden he's on the edge, and you're like, wow, I didn't know he was that fast.
Where did
oh, my
he
God,
go?
he's now past you. And what it also does is when he breaks outside, you break coverage sooner than you should because you think he's going to run, and then he hits it downfield. But, I mean, that's definitely part of it, of the realization. That's why a lot of people we've had say he is not going to really be stopped until next year when you learn a way to try and do it better.
They've now won 10 straight games. That is so hard to do in the NFL. I can't even begin to tell you. You know, I mean, the Dallas Cowboys of the 90s, who had Hall of Famers up and down their roster.
Oh, believe me, I know about that.
Never won more than 9 games in a row. I mean, the fact that this team has won 10. Now, it did happen last year with the Saints, and they made it to the NFC Championship game. But 10 wins in a row, that's collegiate stuff. That's stuff that happens when you bring in, Davidson for a payday against Alabama.
Well, it happens in college because you usually have a couple of players that are just so much better than everyone else, and that's kind of the era that Lamar Jackson has occupied this season, right? There have been very few answers because he is such a lethal combination, and he's figured that out. Like, he does the thing that we always laud quarterbacks for, which is he's moving around to try and first and foremost find a place to go and throw the football. When he gets down near the red zone and you see him break contain there and you see him going along the line of scrimmage and he syncs up and you see the whole defense commit, and then he'll just shovel one. He'll pop one over the top. He'll flick that wrist into the end zone. And all of a sudden you're looking back and Mark Andrews has another touchdown, or one of these other receivers. At some point, you look at that and you say, you can pick your poison, and you're almost always going to be wrong if he plays like this.
I think, and being a former defensive player and playing against really athletic players, what he does is he makes you commit.
They can clinch home field advantage before they even play next week, because now these are some suppositions here, if the Bengals beat the Patriots.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I don't think the Patriots have ever lost 3 in a row under Bill Belichick.
Yeah, they need that, and they need Kansas City to lose their tie. Now, Kansas City's playing Denver, and, hey, you never know. Kansas City's offense isn't great right now. It isn't playing great right now. But the Cincinnati-New England one, I think we're going to want to.
Yep.
Yeah. So Baltimore next week can get it all done when they take on Cleveland.
Right, which, by the way, one of their 2 losses on the year.
Exactly, 40-25.
Yeah, they lost. They lost 2 games in a row. They started 2-0, then they lost 2 games in a row to the Chiefs and then to Cleveland, and they haven't lost since September.
They decided, we don't like this, so we're just not going to do it anymore. So it'll be interesting. We have Mina Kimes coming up in a little over an hour. It'll be interesting to talk to her because I saw this resurface last night. Before the draft, her and Dominique Foxworth did an article for The Undefeated. We heard that sound coming back in, when did John Harbaugh and them realize you had something special? And he said, a lot sooner than all of you guys. Yeah. Mina and Dominique, before the draft, wrote an article whose exact title was Lamar Jackson could change the NFL if he gets the chance.
Nicely done.
So they were very early to market on this guy. So we'll see if even for them it might have gone over expectation.
And I'm happy that John is going to flex. But if he knew that he was going to be this special, he wouldn't have been the second first-round pick they took in the first round. They wouldn't have taken Lamar Jackson after they took tight end.
10 years from now, 10 years from now, his strategy is going to be, we knew we could get him later. We were trying to say, yeah.
I mean, I'm glad that you figured out what you had. But if you thought he was going to be anywhere near this good, you wouldn't have taken Hayden Hurst before you took Lamar Jackson.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports, more analysis, download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+. We'll see you there.